First up, we've got the Novritsch SSP28 pistol, and we're just kicking it off with this pistol today. The first mag that I'm going to be using is 0.3 gram BBs. Hopefully we get some usable footage here, but we'll see what it can do. So I'm going straight. I mean, we could start with a 35. We'll head on out to the 45. We'll go to the 55 next with a 0.3. So we're out of gas there for some reason. So we'll whack a bit more gas in this mag. Now we are reaching the 55 because it seems to me, to my eyeball, that we're sort of threading the needle with the BBs just around the target. So let's see if I can at least get one hit. There we go. This is the chrono reading of the SSP28 on 0.3s. So 0.3 gram BBs. Let's step it up, and we're going to go to a 0.4. Because we're playing outdoors, we're not in the kill house today. We can try up to a 4.8 if it looks like it's going to be able to cope with it. If we need to adjust the hop, we can do. So 0.4 grams. Let's see where the hop setting is. That was just one shot, one hit at 45 meters with a 0.4. They're flying a lot flatter, a lot more predictable. We're going to go for the 55. So we could add just a tad more hop. We're definitely reaching the 55. So a little bit more. Just dropping off at the end of the flight path. Right, now I'm going to add a touch more, and we're going to see if we can hit the 65, which is, if it can, that is a phenomenal amount of performance out of a pistol. It's going that far. I'm unable to see it. I think that hit the 55 board. I might need to lob these in a little bit. But it's definitely getting out there. That was a 4. What we could try now is going up one step further. So we can hop a 0.4, we can shoot it further than we need to shoot with a pistol. To be honest with you, the range, the consistency and the accuracy out of this thing is extremely good for a pistol. So this pistol dominates in CQB. Which one did we shoot just? But it also looks like it's going to dominate in outdoors as well. So if you're in any kind of urban area where you've got CQB elements, but you've also got longer engagements, maybe between buildings or long corridors and such, this pistol's going to do very well. So we're going to go up to a 4.8, and first of all, we'll see if it can hop the 4.8. So I'm not going to change the hop just yet, but we will. So we'll go out to 45. We'll start there. That skyrocketed, which was weird. 45 easy. A little bit more hop, I think. So I think what we're experiencing here is just the velocity really dipping off at long range. That's 55 with a 4.8. That's the 55 target, the letters that I'm hitting, the numbers even. Let's go a little bit more. And this is stock performance. This is as it comes out the box. Try and get one on that 65. So we're hitting the 55 numbers. It's had a bit more pressure. I think we're starting to cut the velocity down with the hot pressure now. Trying to lob these in. Might have to back the hop off instead. Yeah, we've got far too much hop on now, it's blocking the barrel. So we're going to back this off. I think, even though it will hop the 4.8s, I think we're just maybe asking a little bit too much of it on the standard hot rubber. And, you know, if we put an upgraded hot rubber in this thing, it'd probably do even better than it is now. So I'm going to leave the Allen key in there, we're going to back it off. Yeah, so we need hop. Little turns. Bit better. Yeah, it can't quite hop these 4.8s. It is struggling. Let's go for some of these close targets. So it's doing that weird thing again where we're feeding like every other round. So I think we found its limit. I think a 4.8 is probably a little bit too much because it really cuts the velocity down and you're not really getting any benefit from going up to such a high weight. So we're going to go back down to a 0.4. And 0.3s would be fine for most uses. But if you want the accuracy, bear in mind we're not, just a point to add as well, we're not using full auto, we're doing slow, semi-auto shots. It really does struggle a little bit with its gas efficiency. You know, the gun will function, but it won't feed, which is, I think the slide's just not quite coming back far enough. So we're back down to a 0.4. That's a 55-metre shot straight off the bat. So 55 minutes is easy. I want to try and get that 65. I'm really trying to lob these in. I can hear it. There you go, 65 meters. It's a 65-meter shot with a 0.4. Go for some of these smaller. It's almost like a gun shoots a little bit to the right. And we are empty. So the SSP28 is a remarkable pistol, but it does have its limits. But you can indeed, we only got one shot, hit a target at 65 meters with a 0.4. Now we could dial this in a little bit better. We could get a higher performance hot rubber, which I think would be the reason behind that is you're applying less force on the BB, but getting more backspin, which will help, you know, not cut the velocity down so much. And I think you'd be hitting 65 more consistently. So that's the SSP28, which we're using to kick off the on the range series. Hopefully these camera angles have worked. If not, we're gonna have a hell of a lot of unuseful footage today. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll wrap this up in the studio. I'd like to thank you all for watching and tuning in. This is something, again, a little bit different, a little bit new. I think this is probably content that a lot of people have been asking for a long time. I've just never really had the facilities or the areas to go and do such recording. So I have approached multiple, you know, air rifle ranges in the area, places that are like built for like target shooting like this, and they're just not interested in allowing airsoft. I'd even gone as far to look at, you know, maybe purchasing a small parcel of land somewhere and setting something up myself. And then it was actually Phil Bucknell of Clearwater Airsoft that said, you know, I'm going down to 6mm for a filming day. Do you fancy coming down and we'll do a collab on something? And this was like the week previous. We ended up having a bit too much fun on the range and not recording anything because we just talked guns all day. So I decided to get back there. Luckily today was nice and quiet. The weather and stuff was good. There wasn't really much high winds, no massive crosswinds or anything like that. And I filmed a bunch of videos. So I think we've got about 8 videos Netsi smashed them out in pretty much 24 hours, so it's just a case of me putting bits and pieces on the end and uploading them. But hopefully these tests can show you what the guns are capable of. Now, I did take predominantly a lot of VFC gas blowbacks on this day, and I've been saying that, you know, I'm a Marui user. I've got a lot of MWSs. I've started to delve into VFC. I have been stung a lot of times with them before, and one of the things that I get a lot of hate for online is, you know, talking bad about VFC. I'm not talking bad about VFC. I'm just, you know, recording or, you know, experiencing how I got on with the replicas. But we'll get to that in later videos, and you'll be able to tell I'm not talking out my arse. I am talking from experience. But the Novritsch SSP28, I thought we'd kick it off with that, something nice and simple. The performance out of this thing is actually really good out the box. It's an out the box pistol. We're accurately hitting targets at 55 meters with a .4. We did manage to get a hit on 65 with a .4. I think it would probably do better with a higher performance hot rubber, but that thing, you know, that can come later. So I had a good time with it. The scope cam might be really shaky because it's on the bottom frame of a pistol, but I tried to do my best. Hopefully you can see it in the way that it was intended. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. It's kind of an ugly pistol. It's not really good for you if you're a collector or a milsim or you like your real stuff. It's a bit wacky. The only thing I think that lets this down is the magazines. I can never really get a full load of BBs and the pistol locked back on one magazine's worth of gas. It always just gets really sluggish towards the end. So thanks for tuning in as always. Hope you like it. Stick around for more. I've got another 7 coming up very, very soon. Like and comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you think I'm doing a good job. Join the Aga Precision Discord community. The link will be down in the description below. I'll also put a link down below where you can find information on 6mm airsoft. Thank you very much for tuning in. And from me and 6mm, we'll be seeing you in the next one.